What's up, investors? It's the Russian dude, and it looks like that the US biggest problem apparently is way worse than we originally thought. If you've been watching this channel for quite some time, you already know that according to me and my personal understanding, one of the biggest problems that America is facing, at least from the economical standpoint, is the size of its US national debt. It is absolutely humongous right now. The interest payments represents one of the biggest government budget expenditures. Like, it is absolutely ridiculous, just interest payments. They're not even planning, they're not even thinking to reduce the debt in the near future because of just sheer size of the debt they accumulated. For this reason, they just keep making the interest payments, and they were like, well, we're gonna figure out it later. So yeah, what I mean by that is that apparently the problem should be most likely is much worse, is that this article I found recently, which assumes, I'm not saying that these are 100% true allegations, but well, if you do read the article, it may seem like it makes a lot of sense. So apparently what it claims is that a lot of US national debt which they do accumulate is being underreported. For example, if there's an extremely small thing they are doing, or if the thing is extremely large, so it's either one way or another, they might kinda do some accounting tricks or just plainly ignore it and not include it in the total US national debt, like it pretty much never happened. And once you get a taste of not doing this, eventually in the future it becomes easier to ignore some other things which can increase the US national debt. Inevitably, it leads to the conclusion by this article that a very big portion of the US national debt is once again being not reported at all. We already see a huge, literally vertical skyrocketing US national debt going once again almost 90 degrees. And well, now think about it. What if a very big part of it is not even being recorded anywhere in the books at all? Just think about it, how much of a bigger problem it can get. Because after all, who is going to be the one to check these government activities? Well, the government? Like, who else would check? Who else is going to be responsible for this, let's call them like this, quite literally illegal government activities? It should be the highest government body ever, the government itself. And well, it is government once again itself who is doing those things, so there is literally nobody in check to keep those people in check. It is like literally, like, let's say, so if you are a kid and you know that you cannot have an ice cream or whatever that, and then your parents leave you alone in the house for a whole day or something like this, you have an ice cream in front of you, well, nobody tells you that you should tell your parents that you had an ice cream. You can just have it, and well, that's pretty much it. The only person who can stop you from doing this since you're alone in the house is you yourself. So, well, which means that kids most likely will not be able to resist the temptation. They're gonna eat the ice cream and then just simply don't tell the parents. Same stuff with the US racking up its national debt. It is a kid who sees a big portion of the US national debt, another thing they want to spend billions of dollars, nobody's there to tell them no, so they just do it and they don't tell the parents, or I mean the people, the American people, that they just did it. So there is no accountability at all. As you can see, basically it is a very simple conclusion. What I'm trying to get you guys to with this video is that probably and most likely the US national debt is even worse than we originally thought, and simply you cannot hide those lies forever. Inevitably every single lie resurfaces, and well, the consequences are much more severe, because if you start just being afraid, racking up additional debt and not reporting it, then you get more comfortable doing this, and eventually you might take on such a substantial amount of debt that inevitably eventually somebody will there be to initiate the trigger, to become the trigger of the collapse. So as always, let's see what's gonna happen, guys. Apparently this is my 2 cents on this problem. If you did enjoy today's video, if it makes sense what I just said, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment. As always, thanks so much for watching, and see you tomorrow.